Being a woman in business can be demanding and draining, but that has never deterred a determined woman to go after her dreams. That's why you're in the right place. This is the Power Plug Podcast, brought to you by EVB, where we believe in the power of you. At EVB, we're proud to be the first community bank in Virginia to reach out to women in business with a customized program designed to meet your unique needs. In each episode, expect to hear engaging interviews filled with advice, insights, and recommendations to charge you up and build your business. Now, for your host, Mary Foley.
Welcome to episode 3 of the EVB Power Plug Podcast. I'm your host, Mary Foley. Twice a month, on the second and the fourth Thursday of each month, we've got a great new conversation for you with a woman in business here in Virginia who shares her expertise to help you grow your business. And like any good conversation, it's real and it's fun. Already, we're getting some terrific feedback, and I want to thank you for that. Keep it coming because we want to make the Power Plug Podcast a truly valuable resource. The easiest way to have the latest episode right at your fingertips is to subscribe to either iTunes if you're an Apple user or Stitcher if you're an Android kind of gal. You just click on the icons on evbpower.com, then you download the app to your phone, and boom, you can listen while you're driving, working out, taking a break, whenever you want. Now let me ask you, is your business making the revenue you envisioned when you started? Are you feeling stuck and unsure what will get your business where you want it to be? Today's guest has some answers to make real business growth happen. Zee Worstell is passionate about helping women business owners achieve growth in their businesses and earn what they're worth. She started AccelerateHER in 2011 to focus on helping women understand the importance that pricing plays in the success of their business. And she's the author of Earn What You're Worth, A Girl's Guide to Asking for More. From there, Zee and her business partner, Francine Spinelli, have created a women's business development organization focused on helping women business owners achieve the same level of success as their male counterparts. And she tells it like it is. Zee, welcome to the EVB Power Plug Podcast.
Thank you, Mary. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, I am so looking forward to our conversation because there was a statistic on your website, AccelerateHER.com, that really intrigued me. I want to ask you about that first, and we can dive right in.
Sure.
You have on AccelerateHER.com that it says that 9.4 million women business owners in the United States, which sounds like a lot, is a good number, 91% are solo ventures.
That's right.
Okay. And that these businesses earn about $1.4 trillion, which sounds like a lot, as an annual income, but not, collectively,
Yes.
or that many revenue, I should say. But that's not so much when compared to the $9.9 trillion earned by men-owned firms.
That's right.
So I think, what's going on here? Why are so many women creating solo businesses? And is that what's limiting their revenue potential?
A short answer would be yes, absolutely, because there has been research done that the more employees you have, the more revenue you generate. But I think there's a deeper answer to that and a more complicated answer. So I guess that's what I would want to address, is that even though we're solo ventures, and a lot of that has to do with some cultural conditioning, some mindset, the fact that as women, we take on so much for the rest of our lives. So we are typically taking on anywhere from 75 to 95% of household responsibilities, depending on who you are, who your spouse is, or whether or not you have a spouse or a partner. We're overwhelmed. We are busy. And the thought of bringing on more employees just seems like more people to manage, and our plates are pretty full at this point. So I think that's part of the solo venture reasoning. I think the other part is that we do what we do because we're passionate and we want to help people and we want to continue doing what we love to do. And when you bring on more people, sometimes what you love to do has to get turned over because it is not the things that grow your business. It's the things that sustain your business, but it doesn't do the business building portion. It's not holding up the weight. So we have to turn over what we love to do to someone else so that we can focus on growing our business, which is sometimes for women something they don't want to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just ask you then, it makes this whole idea of passion. And so many women have started their business because of an interest or a deep passion, or maybe it's a message, maybe it's a product, maybe it's service, all of the above. And we've heard this phrase, do what you love and the money will follow. Yeah. But from your experience working with women business owners, is that really true?
I know this is not going to be the most popular answer, but I don't think so. I think that you can do what you're passionate about in some form, but there are some things that you're passionate about that are never going to be a business that generates income to the levels that you'd like. So I think you have to look at what you're passionate about and how you can infuse that passion into your business without taking the ability to earn money out of your business.
And this idea of passion, though, I mean, I know as a business owner myself, it ain't always fun. There's some things you have to push through, and sometimes things are going smoother than others. If I didn't care, if I didn't kind of have this passion or excitement about my business, I think it would be hard to push through and work through those times. So does passion play even if I'm not totally passionate about I figure I got to like at least what I'm doing, and I need some kind of energy that comes with passion to push through the difficult times.
Absolutely. But I think there's a misunderstanding. So passion, like you're talking about, is your passion about wanting to build your business, and your passion about wanting to help people with the skill sets that you have. That's a little bit different than just having a passion for Pilates, let's say, and trying to build a business around that when you haven't explored the different ways that you can do that.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think you have to love what you're doing. And granted, like you said, there are going to be things that really, and part of my language, just suck about building a business. They do. Because it's a business. You're building, you're working hard, and push comes to shove, it's still a job, it's still work, and there are parts of that aren't going to always be pleasurable. Yeah. But if you love why you're doing it, not necessarily what you're doing, but why you're doing it and the reasoning behind that, then you can push through those difficult times. But if you think it's all going to be roses and champagne and chocolate, you're going to be sadly mistaken or disappointed, because it's not always going to be that.
So let me ask you this. Okay. So this thing about building a business that's generating the income that really we're shooting for, we're desiring for, we all know the phrase, show me the money, right? But maybe one better might be, show me the way to make the money. What can business owners do to just simply earn more? How can we be smarter about that?
Well, I think you need to know a couple of different things. And we've done a lot of research on the statistic that you talked about in the beginning as to why women don't earn as much as their male counterparts. And we found a couple of different reasons that are holding women back. The first, and one for me that is the most important, is that we don't understand our numbers. We don't look at our numbers. We don't understand our pricing. We don't understand our costs. We don't know how to use those numbers as the actual indicators of the health of our business that they are. So that's one of the things that women need to do, is that they need to really get comfortable with the things that women in general, in a generalization, are not comfortable with. And that is knowing the finances and the financial aspects that go into running a business. Okay. The other one is that mindset around either I'm not worthy of this success, or, I'm just doing this in my spare time. I've got all these other responsibilities. I don't really want to charge people a lot of money because that makes me feel bad. There's a lot of mindset and cultural conditioning that holds us back from stepping into the greatness that we could be if we said, I'm the CEO of this business. This is a big full-time thing for me. Now, whether it is or not, that's how you have to treat it. Even if you're only spending 3 or 4 hours a day doing it, you have to look at it as a serious venture, because if you don't, nobody else will. So I think we give off this vibe that, I just do this in my spare time. It's not really that important. Or, I just have this little thing that I do. And we give off the impression that we're not worthy of either charging enough, or if people paying attention to us and taking us seriously, and we undermine our success. So those are the first two really big things that women need to work on if they want to be successful in their companies.
What are some practical steps we can take to get a handle on the financial piece? And maybe what pieces do we really need to know?
Well, you really need to know how much it costs you to do business. And I think that's where we see the biggest impact on people's businesses. When we work with women and they look at their pricing and they look at how much it costs them to do business, I would say 98% of the women that we work with are not making a profit at all or less than a profit. So practical step number one, take a really serious look at your pricing. Take a look at all of your costs. Figure out how much your time is worth. That's a huge one. We don't want to put any value on our time. And we've been conditioned not to put value on our time by organizations that want us to volunteer. So they'll say, well, you could pay us this small donation, or you could volunteer your time, which doesn't cost you anything, leading us to believe that our time is not valuable. So, but if you look at your costs and your time and how much it costs you to do business, and you set prices that actually earn a profit, that's the first step to being profitable. The second thing you need to understand is, what does your P&L look like? Like, what's coming in, what's going out? Are you spending more than you're earning? That's a big problem. Are you budgeting for the future? Do you know what your cash flow looks like? All of these things are super important to understanding if there's a problem coming up down the road. If you're looking at your cash flow and you recognize that 2 months down the road, you're out of money, you can change that now. You can't change it in 2 months. So,
Right.
I mean, we did a case study on a woman who had a virtual assistant business. She had 400 employees. It was her and 2 business partners. They were in Las Vegas. They were doing $11 million worth of revenue a year. Not paying attention to their numbers, doing their books themselves, and they missed 2 pay periods because they forgot that 2 months a year have 5 weeks. And they pay weekly. They went out of business in the middle of the night on a Sunday because they couldn't make payroll.
Oh my gosh.
So knowing your numbers, knowing what's coming will help prevent things like that.
Wow. Yeah. Important, basic, foundational
Basic
stuff.
things. And it doesn't have to be scary. I mean, I know there's people think, well, I don't have an MBA and I didn't go to college for this and I don't understand accounting. Find someone who does and get them to help you.
Yeah. Ask for that help.
Right.
And just, it is your business,
It is.
right?
Like, there are people out there that can help you with that.
Wow. Well, thus far, hey, we're going to take a quick break. And you've already told us 2 of the 4 reasons why women business owners aren't achieving the success that they deserve. And one was, we just talked about it, knowing the financial aspects of running your business. And the second was a mindset that I'm not worthy. So turning that into a mindset that you are worthy already, Zee, so much there. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, let's find out the other 2. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Julie Hill, the Director of P.O.W.E.R at EVB. Every day I sit down and talk with Virginia women in business. I feel their passion, I see their commitment, and I hear their challenges. Sometimes that includes finding a banking partner who will truly listen and help them grow. That's what our P.O.W.E.R program is all about. To find out more, go to evbpower.com or reach out to me at julie.hill@bankevb.com. and let's sit down and talk about your business. At EVB, we truly believe in the power of you, because when women in business succeed, we all do.
And we're back. This is Mary Foley, your host of the Power Plug podcast. And today we're talking with Zee Worstell, CEO of AccelerateHER. And I told you she would tell you like it is, and that's exactly what we truly need to hear in order to really grow our business. So far, we've covered 2 of the 4 main reasons why women business owners aren't as successful as they could be. Zee, what are the other 2?
Well, the next really big one is we don't have a very strong support system. And when I say that, women are like, but I have lots of friends and I network all the time. And those things are 2 different things. So I have lots of friends too. I rarely talk about my business with them because not many of them are business owners. So that's a personal kind of support system. That's different from having a business support system that you can reach out to with business questions, issues, problems, great news, bad news, all those things that if 91% of us are solopreneurs and we're sitting in our office at home, we don't have.
Right.
And then to answer the I network all the time, when we network, we are not building a support system. We're building a sales funnel. So networking is talking to people who want to potentially buy from you or refer people to buy from you. And you cannot get to a networking event and say, gosh, I don't understand what's going wrong. I keep making all these bids and putting them out there and I don't get them. Because then they go, well, what's wrong with her? She's not doing what she's not getting any business. I'm not going to refer business to her. I'm not going to use her. Or she's going to be out of business. So you don't share that. When someone says to you at a networking event, how's business? It's great. We're doing awesome. We're doing this. We're doing that. Everything's going great. Because what else are you going to say? That's a sales opportunity. You need that support system. And one of the things that really separates men from women is that men have that support system. They have people who are business owners that they can go on the golf course with and they can go, hey, I'm having this issue. What do I do? What have you done? Or do you know someone that can help me with this? And we don't really have that as strongly in place. And so that's huge.
Yeah. And so what's number 4?
Number 4 for women is that we don't have a lot of mentors and advisors. And that's very different than a support system. So a support system is like a peer, someone who's at the same level that you are.
Okay.
A mentor or an advisor is someone who is a couple of levels above you and they've been there, they've done that, and they know how to guide you. So as women, we run into a couple problems. One, there's only, at this point in our country, 191,000 women business owners who earn more than $1 million. Keep in mind, there are 9.4 million women who own businesses. Yeah. So 2% ever make it over that $1 million mark. So there's not a lot of women to turn to get advice from. Mm-hmm. The other thing is that there's still some stigma about a guy being an advisor for a woman because of he's married, his wife doesn't like, whatever it is, that whole, you can't really help a woman because what are your ulterior motives? And I don't want to go into that, but it is super important to have a board of advisors or a group of mentors that you can turn to that have skill sets other than the ones that you're really good at, so that they can really see what you're missing and go, have you considered this? Have you considered that? And these are people that have a vested interest in your success, not financially, but just because they want to pay it forward and they want to help you succeed.
Could these trusted advisors actually be someone you hire, like a coach or like let's say an attorney, or is it something different?
Absolutely. Those are part of your board of or your mentors and advisors. So you should know a lawyer, preferably one who's a business lawyer that knows your area of expertise. You should know a banker. You should know an accountant. You should know someone who prepares taxes. You should know an insurance agent, people that you can reach out to and ask a question. But you should also, if you feel comfortable doing this, and I know that this is very scary for a lot of women, you should find some people that can be on a board of advisors for you that you can talk to on a quarterly basis, every half of, once or twice a year. Share with them what's going on, share with them your plans for growth, and get their input. It can be a coach that you pay. It can be a program that you join, but there are other ways to do it besides that. One of the things that hold women back is that most women don't earn a lot of money. So 40% of women who start businesses never earn more than $10,000 a year. So they don't have the money to hire a coach.
Wow. So, but they potentially could have a cadre of trusted advisors that might be just people in their network, or people they know. And then they just ask them, though, to come a little closer into their business in a confidential way and give them that feedback.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Or if you know that you're going to need a lawyer, there are lots of lawyers that will have a conversation with you up front to learn about your business. Mm-hmm. You sign an agreement with them, and then they're privy to your information so that they will take your phone call and you can say, I have this very quick question.
Right. I got it. Okay. So basically what I'm hearing is that if you really want to grow your business, you can't let, I don't make enough money hold you back. You've got to come up with some creative ways and get started in that mindset now.
Yes.
I got it.
And you have to be willing to ask people for help.
All right. So I listened to those 4. I'm listening to you right now, and I'm going, I feel already overwhelmed that I need to work on each of those. If I had to pick which one to do first or how to start, what would you recommend?
I would say look at your finances first. Mostly because it's kind of like a snowball effect. So if you understand your finances, you understand how much you're worth, that builds your confidence. Mm-hmm. And it gets you feeling a little bit more like the CEO of your business because you can now talk about the numbers. Okay. And so you can go and make a sales presentation and understand why you're charging what you're charging and knowing that you can't go under this amount. So all of it kind of works together to build your confidence. Once you get more confidence, you'll feel more comfortable asking for some help if you find things you don't need or you don't know how to do but you need help with. And the other thing is that it will generate more income immediately so that you will have more money to possibly hire a coach or to hire a mentor or to get things that you don't currently have, buy a training program.
Great. Well, this actually ties into something. I can now see why you won this competition and received this grant, because recently AccelerateHER became a winner of SBA's 2016 Growth Accelerator Competition Award and received $50,000 in a grant for your Juniper project.
Yes.
Congrats on that one.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit more about that project and how that is going to help women business owners.
Sure. Well, the Juniper Project is a remote business growth accelerator for mid-stage women who have built their business. They have some success, but they're looking for some different tools to get them to the next level. We developed the program. It's totally female-centric, so we look at what women need and how they need it delivered. So everything's broken down into bite-sized chunks so that you can fit into your busy schedule. And it is a program that will take you through the different things that hold you back. So all the 4 things that we talked about, plus some additional information. So we work on legal formations. We work on what kind of contracts and forms do you need. We give you all of the contracts, the scripts, the information that you would need to put everything that we've just talked about in place in your business. And we help you develop a strategic growth plan. And that plan, we all start our business with a business plan, but rarely do we ever update it because we get so stuck in the weeds of working in our business that we never stop to work on our business and figure out, am I headed in the right direction? Do I need to pivot a little? How do I grow this thing? And we ask some different questions. Do you want more clients? Do you want a different product that you sell to the same clients? We get you thinking about all those things. We help you set up a board of advisors. It's built in so that there's a support system as part of the program. And it really changes how you look at your business, how you work in your business, and everything about your business.
Wow, it sounds great. Is there a place we can find out more information if we were interested?
Absolutely. So if you want to go to thejuniperproject.com.
Okay, and that's JUNIPER.
So everything we do ends with her because we're focused on women. So we're AccelerateHER, Juniper.
Okay, so Juniper Project. I love that. .com.
Right.
That's right. Excellent.
And we actually, just so you know, we have a class that's starting in October. So.
Wow, this has been so helpful and valuable today, Zee. I appreciate it. We could definitely talk longer. There's no doubt about it. But we're out of time. But before we wrap up, I have a list of fun, quick questions that I like to ask every guest to get to know you a little bit more. And all you got to do is share the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Salty or sweet?
Mixture of both. Love red candy and chocolate cake, but Doritos I can't say no to.
Okay. First person who ever told me that, but you were right on it. You knew the answer. Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Okay. Where have you lived the longest?
In Williamsburg, Virginia.
Okay. How long?
28 years.
Okay. Great. Okay. Good for you. Favorite holiday of the year?
I love Thanksgiving.
Why is that?
Because it is not focused on giving or receiving. It's just being with your family and thinking about what you're thankful for. And I just love it. I just think it's fun.
Great. Oh, that's great. One thing that makes you happy?
Lime green.
Which is why it's one of your colors. Is that right?
Yeah, it's my happy color. I love it. Everything about it makes me happy.
That's great. I love it. Okay. Who is a woman who has deeply inspired you, past or present?
I think one of my favorite women is Amelia Earhart. And
why is that?
Because she wasn't afraid to do something that women don't do. Right? So she was one of the first women to fly. She paid for her own private flying lessons when back then it was exorbitantly expensive. She worked her little tail off to get to something that she wanted to do. Granted, it didn't turn out so well for her, but who knows? She might be living on some tropical island. I don't know.
She went after her dreams.
She
There's
did.
no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. And the last but not least question is Spanx or no Spanx?
Depends on vacation or no vacation.
And you are an honest woman, tells it like it is. I appreciate that. That's right. Well, Zee, thank you so much again for being on the EVB Power Plug podcast and all that you shared. It's been great.
Yeah, it has. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
All of us have powerful women in our lives, just like the one on today's podcast. At EVB, we're bringing these amazing women together to be a part of something special. Our Power program is unlike any other. We not only have banking and financial options, we also provide opportunities for you to promote your business and to make valuable connections. To find out more, please contact me, Julie Hill, the Director of Power, at julie.hill@bankevb.com. I look forward to it.
Wow, that was fast. But we hope that you're feeling recharged and re-energized to continue to power up your business and go after your dreams. Love this Power Plug episode? Let us know. Leave a comment on Facebook or visit us at evbpower.com, where you can hear more episodes just like this one to keep believing in the power of you, just like we do.